You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts now.
What's up, Black and White sports fans? John Matrix here, and I'm back with another video. Make sure you guys hit that subscribe button. Also, check out the merch. 15% off anything in the merch store if you use the discount code GinaRots. We're going to be talking about the woke MLB of China, folks. MLB is on the decline. No doubt about it. I put up a video showing how Republicans have tuned out of the MLB. The approval rating of the MLB was at 47%. And then once the MLB went woke and removed the All-Star game out of Georgia, it dropped to 12%. And now, guys, we have a former MLB All-Star that has came out and ripped the MLB. Now, not necessarily because of the wokeness. It's because I guess this guy's just old school and he doesn't like the direction that MLB is going. And we're talking about Gary Sheffield. Gary Sheffield was an All-Star player, 9-time All-Star. He played for quite a few teams. He was a very, very good player for the longest time. And I believe he's actually up for the Hall of Fame. He hasn't got in yet. I'm not sure if he will or not because you know how the MLB Hall of Fame is. But before we dive into what he said, folks, make sure you guys go over to blackandwhitenetwork.com, sign up and become a member today. We have 2 different membership plans, bronze and silver plans. Me and Rhodes actually record private videos just for the members on the website. And if you sign up for a silver membership, you actually get to be on a live stream with members and you'll be talking to me and Rhodes directly, you know, just like me and Rhodes usually do every Sunday. But if you can't do that right now, just consider giving a one-time donation or shopping for the merch right there. Okay, so let's get into this, guys. Gary Sheffield, man, had some pretty harsh words for MLB. It was so bad, man. This guy actually does hate Major League Baseball. A man that played, I believe, 22 seasons in MLB has come out and he has ripped MLB because he doesn't like the direction. He doesn't like the game. I guess, you know, he's kind of like us now. You know, we're not watching sports in general. And Gary Sheffield now has admitted that he doesn't even watch baseball anymore. This is pretty mind-boggling, folks. So let's go over here and see what Gary Sheffield had to say. Gary Sheffield rips current state of MLB. I don't watch baseball at all. So it says here, Gary Sheffield will forever be remembered for his bat waggle, leg kick, violent swing, and undeniable power. Yeah, I believe he had over 500 home runs. His iconic batting stance helped him hit 500 plus home runs, 400 plus doubles, and win 5 Silver Slugger awards across 22 major league seasons. But the game Sheffield 52 grew up with has disappeared, as has the game that treated him well for over 2 decades. And he has no interest in watching MLB's current product, which is chock full of strikeouts, dead time, and 3 true outcomes. Now, this is his quote, folks. Quote, "I don't watch baseball at all," Sheffield told CBS Sports Radio's Tiki and Tierney show on Friday. Quote, "I was kind of forced to watch baseball because I was working with TBS. And so I had to really find out who were these players. I'll tell you the secret now. I never watched the games during the season. I would get educated on it when I got there. It's not something I could watch based on what I'm seeing because I'll be a complainer. This is the first time I've ever said that out loud, but I'm just truly disappointed with what I watch." Amazing. But he continues on. "Baseball was exciting when I was playing. They implemented all these, and I got a pop up here. They implemented all these rules now, and they changed the game so much. They're making it more hitter friendly, even without having success. These guys can go out there and strike out 180, 190 times, and it's okay. Now, a home run is less appealing. When a home run was a big deal and more appealing when I played because it wasn't happening as often as it is now. I see a pop-up player that everybody gravitates to. He's the face of the team, the face of the city, and he has 100 strikeouts in April. When I see stuff like that, I'm not one of those older players that scoffs at the game and then talks about the game in a negative light. That doesn't mean I have to watch it. Wow, Gary Sheffield laying the hammer down. And I believe, man, he's probably actually taking a shot at New York Yankees player Aaron Judge. Aaron Judge, tremendous power, a strikeout king. He strikes out a whole bunch. But man, this is pretty amazing here. You know, he was working at TBS and he refused to actually watch the games because it wasn't exciting to him. I wonder what he actually has to say now, because this article came out like 4 days ago. I wonder if any of the social justice stuff actually had anything to do also with him now not watching the game. I'm just curious about that. I would love to actually know his take on that. But he also blames analytics for baseball's decline too. He says, quote, former Cubs executive Theo Epstein walked away from the general manager position because he's the one that pretty much sought all the sabermetric stuff, Sheffield said. Oakland A's executive Billy Beane did the whole Moneyball thing, and he looked for on-base percentage. But really, Theo Epstein dove so deep into this, now analytics have taken over the game. And I think a lot of these managers, the way they used to manage games, and the players they were looking for, they're no longer looking for those players now, because you couldn't get a job as a manager if you weren't into this stuff. And you know, he's probably right about that, because even when you look at the NBA, man, the NBA now is driven by analytics. Now, I'm not saying that analytics don't actually have a place in the game, because I really do believe that it does. But I believe now, instead of, you know, looking at the eyeball tests, that these sports teams are really, really looking at the analytics. You know, Daryl Morey, and I really do like Daryl Morey as an executive, but he also really kind of contributed a lot to the decline of the NBA to me, because when he was the Rockets GM, man, well, all they were doing really was just shooting 3-pointers like it was crazy. And I didn't like watching that. I really didn't. And it started to tune me out. So from a basketball standpoint, understand where Gary Sheffield is coming. It's all analytically driven, you know, instead of the eyeball test. And I think it kind of made some managers not do that job as much when they're depending on so much analytics instead of the eyeball test. But what do you guys think of this? What do you guys think of Gary Sheffield coming out and ripping the MLB, saying that even when he worked at TBS, he did not watch the game because it was unwatchable to him? You know, he wasn't down with all these guys striking out and being the face of a franchise. I completely agree with that. Now, there was a lot of guys that struck out in his day. You know, Mark McGwire, Sammy Sosa, they struck out a lot. You know, I don't like the high strikeout guys. I never have, and I never will. But this is interesting, folks. Gary Sheffield ripping the MLB. Let us know what you think about that in the comment section below. Make sure you guys go over to blackandwhitenetwork.com, sign up and become a member today. Me and Rhodes are probably going to end up recording a private video for the bronze and silver plan members today. We're pretty much doing that about 5 days a week, I would say. And silver plan members do get extra videos. Anyway, guys, let us know what you think about all this in the comments. Make sure you subscribe to Black and White Sports, and we'll catch you next time.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.